yesterday's floury gravy.
You have a real finesse now, which you have learned since you've been here.
It's not about rushing to get the food out. You've got to nurture your food. It's sort of like a little journey you take it on, and you've got to make sure every element, so that's great. So I'll be really looking to sort of watch that today.
Natasha is an accomplished cook who can make great flavours. But yesterday undercooked her chicken and curdled her custard.
And when I take a look in at the actual custard, it is curdled.
I don't like whiskey and cream just like that. That's raw, it's aggressive. Be a little bit more gentle with the alcohol.
I would love to be able to make it into the finals. I just have to focus, concentrate on what I've got to do and try and do it to the best of my ability. That's all I can do.
Today is about learning to make Indian food. Richard has invited chef and spice expert Arun Kapil to teach the students 2 specially created spicy recipes. Pusana wadi with okra and ginger karai, pilau rice, spiced pomegranate and mint raita. Followed by pot roast pheasant with faggots, Bombay game chips and buttered crumbs. With dizzy away ill, Richard takes over as mentor.
Arun, I have to ask you one question.
Go on, sir.
What's an Englishman, right, of Indian background, doing in Ireland?
Do you know, I was in a different industry. I used to be working in London and did the Arun Cookery course, and basically I just fell in love with Ireland.
Arun Kapil now runs a company specialising in spices. He will teach the students the Indian mastery of adding flavour using spices. His first dish of the day is Pusana wadi with okra and ginger karai, pilau rice, spiced pomegranate and mint raita.
It's all about flavour, texture, taste to create beautiful dishes. Just senses are really needed in this.
I think we found our spice guru here, anyway. I mean, you know, we can get him on a carpet and we sit down and he can just talk to us about spices.
Well, that's what, to me, spices in my life, it's what I've grown up with since the age of 2 or 3, going over and for a little Hindu boy being kicked out of a kitchen, and we're not supposed to be in the kitchen in India back in the day anyway. But just being intrigued by the masalchis, just grinding the spices, and the cooks, it's all these beautiful fragrances. So, we're going to do a couple of dishes. The first one is a version of a buttered chicken dish. Rather than using a chicken, we're going to be using a lovely little poussin. Main thing here is fresh spices and how to use them intricately and subtly to get the best and try and make the best of the ingredients that we're using.
First, debone the poussin. A young chicken, also known as a spring chicken.
Take your scissors and just cut close to the backbone as you can manage. And go all the way through to the back until you come out the other end there. And then we're doing a similar thing here. So that now is the backbone that's removed, which is now you can see has opened up the bird. Now, really simple, we're not going to get too French and fussy on this. Indian food is all about beautiful flavour. So all we're going to do is simply open it up, pop it onto its front, and just with the palm of your hand, just press it down to open it up there.
And then remove the wings.
And you'll see there's a joint. If you just move it very gently, you can see where the connection is, the joint, and that just cuts through very simply. Now, these, of course, can either be frozen or they can be used in a stock. Don't throw anything away. So, there we are. Dead simple, nothing to it at all.
Trim the skin and remove excess fat. And place into a small baking tray.
What you're looking for, you want something that's just a snug fit. It doesn't want to be too big, because when the marinade goes on, the marinade will just go all over the place and it will burn. And it doesn't want to be too tight, otherwise the poussin won't cook.
Good. I like the way you boned out the poussin, by the way. There's something I would have done it the other way. I like the way you've done that.
Brilliant, thank you, Richard.
Superb.
Oh, you see.
Yeah.
Lovely.
To the poussin, add grated lemon zest and the juice of half a lemon. Allow to infuse.
I made a lovely little cartouche, a bit of greaseproof paper, so that just fits wonderfully well. So, pop that aside.
No seasonings, no salt or nothing?
No seasoning, because we're going to be using, our seasoning today is going to be the spice blend within the marinade.
Okay.
To create the marinade for the poussin, into a bowl add Greek yogurt and ghee.
Always in Indian food, I would highly recommend using ghee. Ghee, before it's churned into a butter, has had yogurt added to it, churned to a butter and then clarified. That yogurt adds a lovely, beautiful, sweet fragrance.
Then pour in cream and grate in ginger and garlic. Add a third of a de-seeded finely chopped hot chili and coarsely grated paneer, an Indian vegetarian cheese.
It's a speciality of India, the paneer cheese.
It is, yeah.
It's like a light cheddar.
Absolutely. And indeed, there's not so much flavour, there's not as much salt in the paneer. I always say like a Emmental almost.
For this recipe, Arun adds his own spice blend, made up of green cardamom, mace, turmeric and salt.
I love things like this. I can imagine that in a piece of lamb as well.
You see, of course, absolutely worked perfectly well. But what we're looking to do is to get it into the little crevices here, and obviously within the on the underside as well of the poussin.
It's such a sophisticated cuisine, isn't it? Really?
The sophistication is all in the flavour and the different layers that you're going to get from the spice blend. So cartouche goes on top, keep all the moisture in, all the flavours in.
So it's almost like steaming in there.
It is almost absolutely correct.
Then place the poussin into the oven for 25 minutes at 180 degrees, removing the cartouche for the last 5 minutes.
Are you writing this down?
I was watching, they're all in that same dish, so I'm just going to fill that same dish like...
Do me a favour, can you write down the recipe, please?
Not like no one.
Okay.
Next we need to do now is a pilau rice. Pilau is a style of cooking.
To soften onions, add aged basmati rice, chana dal.
Chana dal is a pulse. You may have seen the chickpeas themselves. This is a relative.
Then add vegetable stock and garam masala.
So garam masala, what's in there?
It's a blend of spices. Garam meaning hot. So the heat is actually only coming from black cardamoms and black pepper. So there's 17 different spices. It's a whole mixture.
Add turmeric powder and stir through. Cover and place in a hot oven for 10 to 15 minutes. Once cooked, remove and stir through. Add sun-dried rose petals and shelled green pistachios.
We're not going to go too mad and put it all through because we want a little bit of a garnish as well, so we want to be able to see them.
For the okra and ginger karai dish,
next thing, a really quick little dish we're doing here is using okra and tomatoes and ginger. Now, do we know what... Have you seen this before? Have you ever worked with okra before?
Ladies' food.
Lovely. Ladies, good man. Perfect.
into a hot pan add oil. Stir fry the okra at a high temperature. Then add cherry tomatoes. Grate in ginger, add a touch of sea salt, then turn down the heat and cook until the tomatoes split.
You're just looking for them to burst, just very gently to burst through. The dish is going to be, it's a dry vegetable dish, it's not supposed to be covered in sauce, so that's the idea to that.
Next, the rioter, a yogurt-based dip. To natural yogurt add creme fraiche, garam masala, the zest of a lime and chopped fresh mint. Finally add the seeds and juice from a pomegranate and stir through.
Try and make it ahead of time and pop it into the fridge so it also has a physical cooling effect to it. And with this we get not only the cooling effects, the intrinsic cooling effects of the yogurt, of the mint, etc. and the lime, but also the physical cooling effect. So, simple as that.
To serve, chop the poussin in half, coating in the excess marinade. Garnish with coriander and lime. Serve with the okra karai and the rioter garnished with coriander. Finally, the pilau rice.
So,
Fabulous.
there we are, guys. This is the poussin awadi with our lovely marinade. We have the very simple okra and tomatoes and ginger. We have the beautiful, authentic pilau rice, and we have the lovely pomegranate rioter.
For more information on today's recipes and skills, go to channel4.com/cookery school.
What are you looking from the rice dish?
We want the rice to remain whole. We're looking for a good bit of seasoning. We're not over-seasoning, because that's up to you with the garam masala and the turmeric. Yes, you want a good colour. You don't overwork it so that the grains then break up.
Okay. Arun, you are our spice guru.
Thank you, sir.
Students, you have 1 hour to prepare this magnificent recipe. Get cracking.
Coming up, the competition really hots up.
Help!
And flavours reach new heights.
My palate is dancing with happiness.
It's day 4 of cookery school. The students now have to make Arun's spicy poussin dish. After running out of ingredients yesterday, Natalie is making sure that it doesn't happen again and has removed all the spices from the table, leaving Kieran missing some of his.
No, those spices is all hot. You have to take it off. Oh, everyone's got them.
Can I have some more garam masala, please?
I think some people have taken more on purpose.
Probably.
Ryan's making steady progress, wowing the judges with his flavours and his passion for every recipe.
Are you going to impress us with this dish?
Hopefully, yeah.
Bit of pressure on everyone.
Exactly, yeah.
I mean, you know,
lot to do, lot of components again.
You're down to 5 now, huh?
Definitely, pressure's on.
Are you hungry enough?
I definitely am, yeah. In every sense of the word.
Enjoy.
Kieran has a chaotic approach to cooking, which is now causing the judges to question his ability to improve.
What are you making?
Oh, I'm just ripping that out and then I'll...
Give me the goose proof. I want to show you something. Come over here. A cartouche. It's just a round piece of. You just put it into that. Put it into a square again. And then just...
Well, that definitely makes it a hell of a lot easier.
Then you look at the size of that you want. So that's from there to there, yeah? And then you just... Okay.
That makes that a lot easier.
And does that now look a little bit more elegant?
Yeah, a
It's
lot
all
more.
about elegance. Come on.
The students need to coat their poussin with a spicy marinade, making sure they followed Aaron's instructions. Natalie's a self-taught cook who has produced great flavoured food during the advanced course, but she can also lack discipline.
So, Natalie, how are we doing?
Not too bad. Am I using all this cheese?
60 grams is in the recipe, so brilliant. So 60 grams is what it is.
Yeah, I don't really follow it. I don't really...
Well, it'd be interesting to
With
taste...
this kind of stuff, I don't...
Well, hopefully, like you say, but if you wanted a little bit more in there, you'd add a little bit more.
Yeah.
Well, I do notice that you've got quite a bit of garam masala there, so do be careful with your use of garam masala
Oh, yeah,
as well.
it's just because I didn't want to mess about.
You're very
Dirt in a bowl.
Oh, perfect.
I'll take that.
Perfect. Lovely. Excellent. Kieran, how are we doing?
Doing all right, to be fair.
Very good. Very posh cartouche you have there, sir.
Yeah, you showed me how to do it.
Oh, Richard, very Shh, don't say that. And so you're happy about the amount of spices that you're using, are you?
I am lacking some garam masala. There weren't enough left on the thing.
Oh, that might be then, because maybe there's too much on other people's stations. Oh, we'll see, won't we? But we need to get some garam masala too, absolutely, because brilliant. Oh, lots of garam masala.
Share.
You see, sharing.
So wrong,
Sharing is
yesterday.
caring, that's very good. Yeah, no, the garam masala, absolutely. Perfect, so you have that now. And a good bit in there, and don't be afraid to use a good bit of marinade.
Natasha is a passionate foodie who loves eating out at top restaurants.
So how are you getting on? Is this your type of recipe?
I love eating Indian food.
Do you?
Yeah.
You don't cook it?
Not really.
Do you think this would motivate you to do it?
Definitely.
Hurry up.
Yes.
Ashley is a skilled technical cook who wants a new career in food.
Everything's okay, you feel confident that you know where you're going with this?
I hope so. I'm just following your demonstration quite closely.
Very good. Getting your hands in there, lovely to see. The marinade's gone well then, lovely.
I don't need to use all of it because I think it's quite a...
If you're happy, then I'd say that that's fine.
Okay.
It's a shame to waste things, but of course it could always be frozen, I suppose.
Okay.
But even if you cook the sauce off, it's still fine then to allow it to cool down and freeze.
Oh,
so
great.
it won't ever be wasted, so absolutely.
Okay.
So Ryan, going very well. Your poussin's in the oven, is it?
Poussin's in the oven. I'm
Good
just
man.
sweating off my onions now, ready
Brilliant,
for the pilau. I'll probably make the wati over right now, just to give it time for
The raita? Absolutely, to cool it down. No, the yogurt dip, absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, to get that in the fridge, because like I say, it does help to have the physical cooling effect as well.
Definitely,
Brilliant,
yeah.
brilliant, brilliant.
With the poussin in the oven and the raita made, the students cook their rice, carefully adding the stock and the right amount of turmeric and garam masala before placing it into the oven. Time is running out, and in a rush to remove her poussin, Natasha faces a disaster.
My chicken's fallen down the back of the oven. Help. Help.
You've disappeared.
That was scary.
So Natasha, we're doing a nice smoky environment. You can create the dry ice effect. Add a bit more drama to the food.
I pulled the top tray out,
Yes.
and the thing just slid out round down to the back.
Not to worry.
Luckily, I saved it.
The last step is to rest the poussin and finish off their okra dish.
Great. It's not even cooked. It's ridiculous. I always want to eat that.
Is that the ginger and the salt is in there as well?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Do you think the tomatoes are cooked enough, though?
I would personally go a little bit further. Try and get a bit of colour on the okra, and ideally allow them just to sort of, just to melt almost, just to fall apart a little bit, the tomatoes.
Okay.
But yeah, looking good.
Time is up.
It's not done. You can't possibly taste it. Raw chicken.
Ryan is a hearty home cook who has a lot to learn at the advanced level.
Okra and tomato is delicious, really nicely seasoned. Ginger is just in the background, so that's lovely. Rice perfectly cooked, delicious. The chana dal as well, they'll have a lovely little bite to them. Chicken is absolutely delicious. It's lovely and tender. still
I'm
moist.
very happy here to pick away and taste your cooking, Ryan. It's really gorgeous.
Lovely.
Thank you.
Well done.
Lovely, well done, thank you.
Really feel confident today. I mean, I've had a good day yesterday, a good dish today. I don't want to get too ahead of myself or too cocksure about things. Just keeping my cool and getting on with the job.
Accomplished cook Natasha struggles with pressure, but can produce great flavours.
Delicious. No, it is absolutely gorgeous, but to be hypercritical, the rice I would tend to use a little bit more garam masala maybe. Poussin cooked deliciously well, still moist and tender. Love the riota, it's beautiful, it's lovely, it's lovely.
I don't think you pulled up all the spicing in this. It seemed a little bit flat, and you know what I mean, there was lots of spices there to play with to give it a little bit of fire. But listen, it looks great, it's something you'll improve upon, so well done you.
Thank you.
Beginner Kieran shows impressive natural talent, but is the most inexperienced and makes basic mistakes.
How was this dish?
I loved it.
Did you?
This is definitely close to my heart. Definitely.
Lovely. A chicken marinade is delicious. It really is good. I actually think that is very good. I really like the seasoning that. Not only do you taste the spices, you've got a bit of the salt as well that's come out of the blend, so there's a good bit of blend use in that. I can tell that. It's absolutely gorgeous. Riota, delicious. I love the amount of mint you've used in there. Really get that nice clean finish with the mint. Beautiful. Really lovely seasoning as well with the salt. Your seasoning seems to be brilliant, I must say. That's lovely.
My palate is dancing with happiness.
Beautiful.
Thanks, chefs.
We're really, really impressed with
It's
this.
lovely.
Yeah. Superb.
It is. Lovely.
I definitely think that chef's starting to see something in me and start believing that I can do what he's asking. Because I don't want to go home. No one does.
Ashley's technique and presentation win high praise, but her flavouring often lets her down.
Actually, lovely. Very nice indeed. I only noticed maybe the chicken has been slightly underdone on some of the legs there. Could maybe done with a couple more moments. Rice is almost there in terms of cooking. Possibly gone a little bit further and like to cook a little bit longer.
Beautiful presentation.
Okay.
The raisa looks fabulous.
Yes.
Love the pomegranate juice on the top. Absolutely eye-catching,
Nice top.
brilliant. But looking at that, Ashley, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You'd even know yourself that's you know,
Yeah.
not a nice experience
No.
of the leg of the chicken because you can't eat it.
Yeah.
All the flavours are there. I'm just thinking if it got a bit more heat, what magic could have happened. Well done, Ashley.
Well done.
Thanks.
Self-taught Natalie can produce great flavoured food, but she can lose focus and make mistakes.
I'll just confess about the chicken now that something went wrong with the marinade.
What went wrong?
I put a wrong sauce in there, creme fraiche, so I think that's why it didn't brown.
Oh, you were saying that you used the creme fraiche as opposed to the yoghurt?
Yeah. Well,
So
no, yogurt went in as well, but I added the creme fraiche extra. I think it
The
was
creme
something
fraiche wouldn't
else.
normally make too much of a difference. Like, we don't have an awful lot of the marinade on there, so we're not getting so much of the beautiful spices. I'd suggest this possibly hasn't worked out the best for
No,
you. The rice, again, I'd suggest is similar to the chicken in terms of the seasoning, and it's lacking slightly there. And again, we could possibly have cooked it a little bit further to get it a bit fluffier.
I don't think this is your best effort, Natalie. I thought you'd have cracked this. You love spice.
I do, with the chicken thing with the extra sauce that I did, and it just went downhill from there.
Yeah, but not only that, but it's pretty undercooked as well.
Yeah.
I mean, that doesn't even look like it got 20
I
minutes
don't
in the oven.
understand because I did it longer, so I don't know if... Oh, whatever, anyway.
And I did ask you during the demonstration to take them notes thoroughly, because you were visually watching them, and you got a little bit. I don't need to. I'm watching.
No, I did.
Are you writing it down?
Yeah, I'm writing it down.
Well, I had to remind you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. There were fair comments, what can I say, you know, kind, to be honest, from Chef. I expected a real grilling about the undercooked chicken, but, so I think he's in a good mood today, so they were fair, you know.
Natalie undercooked her chicken, as did Ashley, and both go to the bottom of the class. Natasha got mixed results, but Ryan did very well, and Kieran produced an excellent dish. He is top of the class. Coming up, there's pressure to stay in the competition.
Are you putting 100% into this?
Yes, I am putting 100%, even extra because of this morning.
And for one judge, it's crunch time.
I'm now going to ignore the fact that I have a slight exposed nerve in the back left molar.